Hello, and welcome to today's live writing session. I am Tiffany Cole, and whether you are watching the replay or you're watching it live, thank you so much for joining me. So before I get started just talking about things and explaining how this live stream is going to go, I want to immediately congratulate SD. So she mentioned that she met most of the 1,667 everyday word goal, but hit over 10K for the week. Congratulations. That is awesome. And with that said, feel free to share where you're at, whether it is above or below. No matter what, I'm going to celebrate you. Hi, Rider on Wheels. Thanks so much for joining. And hi, Michaela. Feel free to post your word counts. And if you do not want to, there is no shame. So basically, this NaNoWriMo, because I haven't done it in years, I'm keeping it really easy and simple. And so I'm actually not even trying to get to the 50,000 word goal. I am literally just trying to write every single day this month, whether it's only a sentence or a paragraph. It doesn't matter. As long as I write at least a sentence every day, I am happy. So my word count is only 1,672 words, but I'm not upset about that because I have at least been writing every single day. So I've been meeting my goal. And that basically just sets the air for how this live stream is going to go. So if you discover this live stream on Instagram, it's promised I do have writing prompts. So all you have to do is click on the description below, and there should be writing prompts in there. So if you are already working on a project, whether it's for NaNoWriMo or you're not even doing NaNoWriMo, or you're just writing, go ahead and continue where you left off. I'm going to be putting on a 25-minute timer. There will be a 5-minute break so we can all hold each other accountable. And then there will be another 25 minutes. And so you can just continue where you left off. However, I have 2 sets of prompts for 2 other kinds of people. So let's say you're working on a story and you're stuck, like you've just run into an issue and you can't continue your story. Well, if you click in my description, I have prompts to help you get unstuck. So if you already have a story and you've just gotten stuck on it, click the description to get unstuck. If you're also one of those people who you're not writing anything, you've already thrown your story away, you're having a hard time finding ideas, I also have prompts for you as well. So basically what I'm saying is just click the description. No matter what your situation is, there is some way for you to write today. So what I would love for everyone to do is to post their goal for this 25-minute writing session, whether that is that you want to meet a certain kind of word count in 25 minutes, or you just want to get to a certain kind of point in the story. Whatever that word count or whatever that goal is, let me know. It's really good so that I can just hold you accountable to it. But like I said, this is going to be chill, so I'm not going to be up on anybody for whether they reach their goal or not. As long as you're here and you're writing, I'm happy. So let's see. So Rider on Wheels mentioned that they're a day behind because they were on a date day, which is fine. Please live your life. I also want to mention, for the point of being transparent, that I am a social media associate for NaNoWriMo. However, I've been doing NaNoWriMo since I was in the 7th grade. I am not doing any of this on behalf of my job at NaNoWriMo. I would be doing this even if they had not hired me for this fall season. But I just want to be transparent and let you know that I actually do work for NaNoWriMo, but this has nothing to do with my job for NaNoWriMo. Like, I'm not being paid or affiliate or anything for this. I'm doing this on my own time when I am not working. I am not getting paid for this in any capacity. So I want to just be transparent about that. SD is working on the 3rd book in your series. Congratulations. I'm just working on a short story collection. Let's see. Michaela, I'm at 1,800 for the day for Nano, and I still have to write 700 to reach my goal. That's awesome. I hope that the stream helps you with that. Rider on Wheels is aiming to get at least 300 words. Similarly, I'm aiming to hopefully get to at least 200 to 300. I find that's a good rhythm for writing for the first 25 minutes. The first 25 minutes of writing is always a little bit more difficult because you've got to get into it. The second 25 minutes is where I can normally get a better flow, unless I'm stuck somewhere in the story. All right. So with SD saying that you've got this and that their goal is to aim for 300 words, with that, I am going to go ahead and get this stream started. So like this scroll down says below, once I start the timer, I will no longer be talking. I'll be silent. My mic will be muted. But you can still feel free to talk in the comments. I'll pop in to talk as well. Words fall right. You are definitely not late. I'm just now about to start the timer. And just for anyone who's coming in who missed it, click in the description if you need any help getting unstuck or coming up with ideas to get your story going or to continue it if you run into writer's block. I'm going to start the timer now. Feel free to keep talking in the comments. I just will be muted during the timer. And I will be back at the end of that 25 minutes to ask everybody how everything went, and just to chat about our projects and how everything is going. Nice to meet you from one Tiffany to another. There was like an army of Tiffany's when I went to high school, so it felt like I always knew a bunch of them. All right, everyone. So let me get the timer on screen. I'm going to mute and start the timer. I will be back for the 5 minutes break at the end so we can all talk about how our writing went. All right, everybody. So that is the first 25-minute session. And I'm going to get the 5-minute break counter started. So this would be the perfect opportunity for you to post in the comments if you met your goals, if you got below your goals, what stopped you from reaching them, or if you did better. I would love to know. So just post it in the comments and then I'll share it. I'm going to go ahead and start the break timer. This is also the perfect time for you to actually put your pencils or your hands down if you're typing and to take a break. So if you found yourself during the writing stream feeling like you wanted to get on social media, this is the time to actually get on social media and be distracted, or the time to go to the restroom, get another cup of water. Take this as an actual break time so that you can get your brain refueled again if you're going to be joining me for the second 25-minute writing session. So, I don't know. I'm actually writing by hand. Is anyone else doing that? So I only was able to get to about 131 words, but I did have to stop like 2 minutes earlier to count them by hand, because I'm writing. I'm not going to be mad at myself about it, because I'm having a rough time with this point in my story because I'm writing a crime scene. I don't even know what happens in crime scenes. So I'm kind of just making stuff up. But that is where I am with my goals. SD made it to 419 words. Congratulations. That is awesome. I'm curious, what are the genres that everyone here is writing in? I love to see how many people are in similar or completely different genres. I'm writing speculative fiction. This one is more horror than speculative fiction. Speculative fiction is such a big general phrase anyway, but that is my genre. Let's look at some other people. Michaela got to 340. Oh, nice of me. Another person writing by hand. Rider on Wheels, exactly 400. I feel like I'm seeing a pattern of like between 3 to 400 is the good 25-minute goal. And while the stream was happening, there was an interesting discussion happening about writing sprints. So I'm curious, what writing sprint time seems to work best for the people here or in general. I usually write in segments of 25 minutes with a break and then another 25 minutes. But when I'm working without being on a live stream, I tend to work in 5-minute like quick sprints. So I'll do 5 minutes at the start of the day, 5 minutes in the middle, 5 minutes at the end, or sometimes I just do a half hour to 45 minutes right before bed. So I'm wondering if people prefer like 10-minute sprints or 15-minute sprints or really long ones, really short ones. What works best for people? So while people respond to that, I'm just going to go ahead and share some of these genres to see if anyone else, if you're writing this one, then at least you have someone to talk to about it. So we've got adult high fantasy, epic fantasy. Epic fantasy. I used to write epic fantasy. Wow, is it just like a lot for my brain? We've got new adult paranormal. Big fan of that. I have a new adult paranormal story I want to write in the future, but not at this point. Paranormal pirate adventure in 565 words. That is new. I have not seen a paranormal pirate adventure, so I would love to check that out. Writer mentioned 25 is go-to for sprints. Longer works better, like 25. Pretty much too small for me to get in the groove. That's how I feel. At like 6 minutes is the only point where I even start really writing. So by the time the 10 minutes is done, I feel like, wow, I didn't even get started. And now I'm already stopping for a break. So we've got YA fantasy, 282, 25 minutes as well. Fantasy romance. Yeah, SD is right. There is a lot of fantasy here. I'm wondering where people even found out about this stream, and maybe that's why there's so many fantasy people. So how did you find this stream? Did it just pop up on your YouTube? Did you discover it on Instagram? I am participating in this like the Moon Comet challenge on Instagram that has a lot of fantasy writers doing that. So I wonder if that's what's happening here. Inca's been doing 25-minute sprints for a few hours, but I'm usually just getting into my stride as they end. Yeah. And then words fall mentions, I am better with smaller sprints in the middle of the long sprints. I just stopped writing. Very, very interesting. something I'll have to keep in mind, because for the month of November, I'm going to be doing these writing sessions every Sunday for this whole month. But then after this month, I'm going down to like one writing session a month that'll have guest authors on to help us write with them. So that's something I'll have to keep in mind. Um, okay, SD found from Devin Cutton's channel. Yes. Oh, it seems like everybody came from Devin. Devin is a power horse, like for the writing stream people. I'm so glad that I was able to connect with Devin. But so we are now at the second 25-minute sprint. So basically, same thing as before. You can say in the chat what your goal is, or you can wait until the end of the 25-minute session to explain if you met it or not. My goal is the exact same. I'm going to try my best to get to at least 200 to 300 words in this next 25-minute session. So just like before, I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic and start the timer. But of course, feel free to keep on talking in the chat, and I'll respond to people at the end as always, or sometimes I'll even start chatting. So yes, I wish everyone the best of luck with their next 25-minute writing session for the day. All right, everybody. So that is the end of the second 25-minute session and also the end of the stream. But of course, I'll be here for just a few minutes just for a little bit of chatting. So for me, this stream, I managed to make it to about 207 words. And I wanted to get to 200 to 300. So I am happy with that. And when I combine that with the other words I wrote earlier, that ends up being about 300 and something. So I'm happy with that number of words for the day. Now I just want to go over and ask people in the chat how they did it with their writing goals. And let's just chat a little bit. So in the discussion, I mentioned that I thought it was really cool how Writer on Wheels sets up their goals for writing. So this, for context, was what Writer on Wheels posted, and then they explained that they learned it from Heart Breathings on YouTube. So I really, really like the idea of setting this kind of goal set for yourself as a writer of good, better, and best, so that if you meet the good, you'll still feel good about yourself, because sometimes people only set a goal that's the best and then they feel really bad if they only got to something that was good. So this is a really good way to kind of center your mental health a little bit, which is a big deal for me. Akela mentioned that their hands start to hurt from writing. I know what that's like. This time I wasn't writing so fast that my hands started to hurt because I'm still struggling with this scene. I already know that when I do the revisions, I'm going to have to rewrite this entire section. So that's kind of, like killing my vibe a little bit, knowing that I'm not going to stop writing, because for NaNoWriMo especially, you just need to keep the words going. But it is killing my vibe to know that I'm going to have to redo this whole scene because I know it is not correct to a crime scene. SD says, not so great this time, 124 words. And even though that's not where you want it to be at for this time, SD, I still want to congratulate you on getting to that at all. In my opinion, so many people struggle with writing that even if all they do is a couple words, it's worth celebrating, because obviously it's better than nothing. TL did about 828. Wow, that is a lot. Congratulations on that. I can't wait to the days when I can get back into doing 828 words in a 25-minute session. Words Fall made it to 202 words in a total of 3,040. Congratulations. Rider on Wheels, 629, which puts me over 1,000 words. I'm so happy that this was a great sprint for you. That's exactly what I like to hear and exactly why I do these streams in the first place, for the community and being able to connect with other writers. Of course, SD, and yes, I second SD about like how awesome TL did. So with that said, this stream is at its end. I will be back next Sunday, most likely at the same time. Well, actually, let me look at my agenda because I think I'm going on vacation next week, actually. So yeah, next week is going to be a weird week. These would normally be every single Sunday, but because I am going to be in St. Louis on vacation next weekend, I'm actually going to be doing this live stream next on Thursday, November 11th, most likely somewhere around 5-ish, 6-ish p.m. If to keep on track with it, you can follow me on Instagram, which is in the description, and that's where I'll really keep up to date about when my next stream will be. Or, of course, if Devin happens to share my stuff again, hopefully Devin will at least let people know when my next live stream is, when I officially schedule and announce it. Inka, thank you so much for coming. Honestly, thank all of you so much for coming. I've been doing these live streams for almost over close to a year now, honestly, on an old channel I used to have. And normally only 1 or 2 people would come, and sometimes no one would come at all. So I would just be writing by myself. So I deeply appreciate you all being here. This is probably the most lively stream I've ever been in, and it has made my entire Sunday feel so much better. So everyone, thank you so much for coming. And also, it's cool that you're in St. Louis. Another Tiffany who is also in St. Louis. I live in Kansas City, Missouri right now, though. I'm just going to be visiting St. Louis, but that's really cool. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for coming. I hope to see you at some of my other sprints coming up this month. And have a good writing day, everyone. Bye.